Welcome back to the ECS Season 7 Finals, where before the break, we saw FURIA almost take it all the way against Astralis on the Danes' map pick Inferno. I think it's safe to say, from us at least, we didn't expect them to get so many CT rounds, and in such a short space of time, right? They got 7 rounds in a row.
Yeah, I think that was pretty impressive by FURIA. I think Astralis mainly were the guys in control of this game. I think you can't really argue that. They had a good idea of what they wanted to do. They got up 5-0, 7-1. They really felt like they were the team in control. FURIA had nothing to really throw at Astralis, but they did manage to get 5 T rounds in the end. One of the problems which Maniac can definitely attest to was Arth, right? We talked about him in the pregame. He needed to have a good game. He needed to show the way for the FURIA guys. His entry fragging wasn't good, was it?
No, that's the least you can say, right? Let's just throw some numbers out there. Art had 10 opening duels during that game. He won 1 out of them. That is 1 duel that he won out of 10 that he tried. And we said he was instrumental when it comes to entry fragging. And I think that's one of the reasons why FURIA had so much trouble on the T side. Yes, on their CT side, they got back to life, and I think it is really important if you look at the grand scheme of things. This best of 3, right? They got into the groove. Everyone is kind of feeling it, so that promises us somehow a good second map. Sure. But I also think that their CT side is very, and I don't mean it as a diss, but it's a bit gambly, gimmicky in the sense that I feel they're very happy to do 60-40 gambles. Say, okay, we're going to play 3 people on B. We don't really have that much information middle. Doesn't matter. Let's go all B, you know? And it worked for them. I think it's one of the reasons why they came back. But as Jacob said, I feel like Astralis had it under control. Yeah,
well, definitely. I mean, just picking up on Art there, obviously you can see on the scoreboard up on your screen, he had 8 kills by the end of the game. But by the end of the first half, he only had 3 kills, which is where we were saying he needed to really be that fragging power. And he just wasn't. The pressure, I think, really got to him there.
It got to him, and it's a problem when you're the in-game leader and you're supposed to be the guy leading the team. It requires a lot of mental strength of you to have a very bad game. You know, as you said, he was 3-15 in the first half. But be able to call good on top of that, that requires a lot of mental strength. That requires that you know yourself well. And I'm not sure Arth is that experienced yet. By no means am I calling him out here, because I think he is really a great in-game leader. I think he's done a lot of good stuff with FURIA. So having an off game once in a while, that's fair enough. That's going to happen for everyone. But Arth in this particular game, you know, he wasn't having a good game himself. He wasn't really making the calls needed on the T side. So it's fair to say that the guy taking the most responsibility is also the guy getting the flag for when it doesn't work.
It's actually cool to see all the emotions on the side of Astralis, right? Yeah. We picture them as a quiet, calm, professional team, which they are, right? But you can see here, that means something to them. We saw Glaive, arms in the air, we saw Dupree showing some frustration. So for them, it's definitely an important game, and I think they realize it's not about just winning FURIA, it's about finding their way, winning again, kind of giving themselves the confidence back, but also the fans, because there are people out there doubting them. We ask questions about them. I think it's really cool to see them like be in the game. Like there are emotions in it. You can see, oh, that was actually FURIA. That was Danny. That was actually FURIA. A lot of emotions in that game. That's really cool, actually.
Yeah, no, it's, I mean, we just saw in that highlight reel the jumping headshot that Art somehow managed to get on that T side. I'm not really sure what happened there, but a spectacular moment nonetheless.
Yeah. Any comment on that?
No, just
how do we feel about that? How would you analyze that?
How would I analyze it? I would just shut my eyes and forget it happened, because it's ridiculous. It happens sometimes, but it shouldn't be happening.
Yes,
and it's in a situation, right, where you could argue that had Device done it after a game where he was dropping 30 frags, that's, you know, where every good luck charm comes in your way. But Art had a horrible game, and then he did that anyway. So it can happen to anyone, even you and me, Maniac.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe. Well, we saw Magisk on when they were on their CT side, kind of holding Art's side, and he had some really, really nice sprays down there. I mean, I wasn't really sure why FURIA kept going that way, particularly when Magisk was there and he was performing so well.
I mean, he's good, but the problem with Astralis is that he doesn't matter where you go, right? You're going to meet a brick wall, especially when you're on the T side. They have so many skilled individuals to pre. Once again, you know, he's just a force to be reckoned with. Glaive played a decent game as well. Device was very determined in the beginning of the game as well. They have so many different strings to play on. So I don't think if you're FURIA, and especially not considering what they've been saying in the interviews as well, they like to play their own game style. They like to stick to their own game plan. Obviously, they acknowledge who they're playing against. It would be stupid otherwise, but it's a team that really sticks to their own core and their own strengths. So I don't think they were thinking too much about who were playing where. They just tried to play their game, and in this game, Astralis were the better team, and there was no doubt about it.
No, exactly. I mean, I'm just getting word that we have got the knife round underway, but before we do that, we're going to take a look at our newly updated Pinnacle Esports odds for this matchup, and I mean, it's what we expect, right? Heavily favouring Astralis, even though it is FURIA's map pick. I still think we all said 2-0 from Astralis. I'm reckoning it.
Yeah, I would say there is a little bit of a silver lining here if you think about the amount of rounds that FURIA pulled together, the fact that they all got activated somehow, skill-wise. Going to Mirage, that has been a map has proven to be a weakness for Astralis, right? And you look in the past, even when they were extremely dominant, this is the one map that they could drop here and there, especially on their T side, showing some difficulties. So maybe the odds are a little bit too much in favor of Astralis. I think we have seen enough from FURIA to hope for a third map,
sure.
But it is definitely Astralis' 2-0 here.
I follow what you're saying, but I think Astralis are the favorites coming into this one. Obviously, I think Mirage is a map that we, for some time, wasn't really sure where to put Astralis, even when they were the best team in the world. That was the one, you know, map where you didn't really put them as the best team in the world, and that goes for a lot of teams. Liquid used to be a very good Mirage team, but haven't really found it together either. So there is a silver lining, as you said. There is a chance that FURIA can come in here and make the surprise. But, you know, just the fact that you mentioned it, right? Sonic, in the beginning of the first map here on Inferno, he was yelling and screaming after winning the pistol round. Astralis, they don't want to listen to all the haters out there. They want to make a point here. They want to beat FURIA 2-0. They want to win the entire tournament. And I sort of like feel that sense and that emotion coming out from them right now, because you're right when you're saying that you don't normally see Astralis being that activated in terms of yelling, screaming, and all that kind of stuff. So I'm on board with the Astralis train. I think they're motivated. I think they're ready, and they're going to eat this line.
Well, we can literally hear them just behind us getting in the team huddle, as you can see there, getting ready to get into their chairs. Players are ready, we're ready, and I know two more lovely gentlemen who are ready. Anders, Henry G, take it away.
You said lovely.
Gentleman, Henry.
I've never been called that before.
How do you feel about that?
I feel like it's an assumption.
What is I think that the definition is something like someone who is who's never rude except on purpose. Christopher Hitchens told me that, so I'll go with it.
Are you ever rude?
Only on purpose, so maybe that's...
Fair enough, touche, sir. Well, Anders, we have got Mirage coming up next. This is the pick of FURIA. And you know what? I'm not that worried for them. I feel like the performance they put on in the second half especially was enough to excite me about the individual performances. Sure, Art didn't have as much impact as we potentially would have liked, but on Mirage, it's a much more open map for Orpers. I feel like he can have a lot more impact here potentially. I feel like he can really show us what he's made of, and it could be the last map, so hopefully he can. I really want him to step it up.
I would love to see that, and I mean, so much range for FURIA to get some of that crazy aim out, so if you guys are ready for it here, it's going to be Astralis on the CT side, FURIA on the T side. Second map in the best of 3, so get all of your friends involved, get everybody in here to watch the game. It's been really great so far. FURIA, I mean, they really made up for it. I still think they could have made it back, and they actually almost caught K-Serrato. He'd put out his smoke already, so he got that job done, and that was for this mid-push part of it. And Glaive, he saw it coming, he read that instantly, tries to fall back, they're gonna lose Magisk. Art, early on, the first kill of the second map. Vinny will follow it up. This is looking great right now.
It really is. They've got a massive advantage here. Unable to win the pistols on Inferno, but this one doesn't look bad at all. Device being surrounded, takes damage, but still alive for now. Looks like he's got this kill on Vinny. That's a little bit audacious. K-Serrato there, presumably going to get the shot, but Device swings around, and this is messy, Anders. They had that huge advantage. They've thrown it away by just leaping out of the apartments, missing shots in the back, and all of a sudden, around that looked very good, has turned into a bit of a disaster.
Oh, I was about to be very ungentlemanlike, Henry. I was
going to be rude.
I was getting real upset at watching that. They might bring it back. Art, he's snuck in here. He pulls the trigger immediately. Device back. He's still dangerous in this position. They can't really underestimate him. He's down to 4 health, and now pushing a little bit of pressure on. They're going to get that one. 37 seconds here, and Sip still alive. He's tagged up. He's the only one left, and they'll bring him down. So all is forgiven. But I was about to have to invoke a different kind of language, because they almost threw that round away.
Yeah,
for no reason as well. Like, there's no real point.
No, like the fact that you got that advantage, you have plenty of time as well. Let's just calm down. Let's chill. Now this leap here, like I feel like that just wasn't the play, but still.
But if you know, right behind him there was a player, like that's K-Serrato. If K-Serrato was there when he's making that jump, I'm like, great, do that. But K-Serrato was there like 5 seconds later. That made no sense at all. Device with a scout. A very quick flick. He got the grenade damage as well. They're not out of the woods yet here, FURIA, even if they have the better weaponry. Let's see, Art going to be boosted in. That's not a bad call. A little bit of audio leak going on as they jump in the window. I think Device is probably too far away to hear it anyway, so he's a little bit safe in that front. Free kill out in the open to take down Glaive, and that leaves just the scout here. Even if it's on Device, I just don't see it standing up to the rest of the FURIA team. They're going to be coming for him. They're close range. They're going to shut him down. And I think that's it. Danger. I say that just as Sip got the kill. It's good timing. But ultimately, yeah, there should be really no problem. Just get the bomb down. Don't take too many challenges until it's a little bit ticked, and then you'll be fine.
Yeah, it looks like they are absolutely fine. Device and Glaive unable to find a frag. Zipex gets one, but that's about as exciting as it gets. Not sure this will end well for Astralis, but it's looking very good for the FURIA boys right now. Managed to win the pistol after a couple of mistakes, but they've got the 2-0. That's locked in. And presumably the third as well, because yes, they're going to save a CZ, Deagle, Scout, and a couple of sets of Kevlar and helmets as well, but that's not really enough to take down a fully equipped side. And FURIA, on their map pick, might be able to take a sneak. I know that's crazy early in the game to call anything like that. I'm just saying, Mark, there's a chance. The fact they've won a pistol now, and what they showed me towards the end of Inferno, like, yeah, I feel like on their map pick, they might be able to go one step further. It got incredibly close after a very convincing start for Astralis and Inferno. They were, what, 9-1 up?
Yes.
And it ended at 10-5. Then the CD side, after losing the pistol, if they'd won that second half pistol, I dare say that they might have done enough there. That could have been it. Like, it was tantalizingly close without those pistols and those rough starts, but now they've got the start they need. We know they're incredibly talented individually. I don't think they're a better team than Astralis, but they can certainly keep up in the old fragging department. Yeah. As we'll see Arts open things up. That's Magus going down, one of the 2 players that had Kevlar. And
yeah, the Deagle, so before he died, I was about to say, you know, want to be careful about that. We've certainly seen Magus do some really crazy stuff with the Deagle in the past. Sip going to go down with the Scout. And it seems like they're really doing a fine job here. Art much more tuned in early on in this second map. 6-1 currently. Device is hoping to run into somebody a bit close range here with the P250, but he's probably going to find a long-range fight, and one that might not favor him. He's going to get shot in the back, so that's never really a good thing, and Vinny will take care of it. So 3-0. Much, much better for the Brazilian side. Now we'll see how they do against the rifles. Astralis didn't pick up a couple there. Not looking like a bad buy at all. Even Dupree going the extra mile and getting the Zeus.
You do like to see a Zeus, don't you?
We can all appreciate that.
Yeah, of course. Dupree's got that.
Now, they don't shoot confetti anymore. That was
that was your favorite era?
That was an interesting point in time.
So rifles across the board, specifically 4 AUGs, 1 M4, and an 8 splits looks likely right now. But remember, the bombs are actually down in T-spawn, so they might just do the 8 smokes. We know they like a fake on the FURIA side. They could drop those, and yeah, indeed, they'll fall back with the bomb. So I feel like this is a fake towards B, focusing on short potentially. But it is Device to give them the lead here. This fake, I don't think will do too much for them. They've got no A presence at all. And Zipex, one of the masters of the B bomb site, like, is a tough position to play. We talked about this yesterday, but he plays it so well. You can see him just calculated right now. He slows him down the flash, buys himself some time with the smoke as well, just going to give himself some longevity. And now he's got rotations from Dupree. So yeah, he's done a really good job. Not super flashy, didn't go for some early picks, but he's going for the round victory here. And now he's got his work cut out for him. Low HP Vinny will be going down, but the information actually transferred over to Able J, who will manage to get the kill. Bomb planted, Glaive can't really justify swinging out and trying to deny. So we have got ourselves a 2-on-2 with no kits.
Glaive pushing through that window a long time before his teammate shows up. That's a bit of a risk. There was almost an opening there. He's so close to being able to spot that guy in the window. Hasn't seen any gun barrels either. Glaive is going to be really confused by now. Like, why am I not seeing anyone? Easy enough kill there on Yuri. Now he's checking the rest of it, and it's all on Able J up in the apartments. They have 2 smokes, so if they find out where he is, they're going to be able to do a lot with the smokes, but they're just going to raw peek him instead. That smoke is on top of the bomb, and Glaive going to sit down. He does not have a kit. This is going to take all day, and yeah, there was still another 8 seconds, I think, on that defuse. That's FURIA winning the first rifle round that Astralis have. And they're going to be 4-0. What a magnificent start, Henry. They're really off to a good start here.
They really are. That was a lovely round, a good recovery considering they had the disadvantage in terms of manpower. They went for that A fake, and you'll see a lot of those. This map really lends itself to that sort of mentality as well. You can throw lots of interesting smokes all across the map. Skybox is very forgiving on this map. As you'll see, the smoke towards window right now, there is going to be a slight investment from Astralis. Wouldn't even call this a partial buy, to be honest. They haven't got everyone on Kevlar. They've got a Scout, a few upgraded pistols, some body armor. That's about it. It's not really going to be a game changer.
No, probably just want to avoid some of those Deagles and maybe the Scout. Then Magus was one of them. Dupree has a pretty mean Deagle as well. Device has picked up a kill, so they've made it pretty close. And oh, there's the headshot from Dupree to follow it up. Now it gets at least a little bit worrisome. Oh, he misses the chance there. Sip Deagle probably would have been better. He does get the follow-up shot, but he has to deal with this kill before the other guy shows up, so he actually has to be a little bit quick about it, and the Molotov does a great job. Now, Serato has another Molotov, so he can actually just play in middle, and Sip will probably never be able to defuse it. He'll be ready to shut it down. That got closer than you would have wanted. But still, job well done, 5-0.
Absolutely, Anders. A FURIA 5-0 lead, and Astralis with just the CZs and the Deagles there, unable to really make a huge dent, a couple of kills. That's great, but ultimately FURIA are in control. This is a CT-sided map, and you can see dupreeh. He'll bring out the secondary orb along with Device, and dupreeh's been working on his AWP. It's actually very impressive at times. He can be super good with it. It's certainly not as consistent as other orpers out there, but the shots he hits are pretty mad.
I feel bad as well because, like a couple of years ago, when dupreeh was telling me about how he could be a really good orper, I was sort of just laughing at him.
Yeah,
it's like well,
like, you look at like players like Automatic. He's transferred into an AWPer role, right? And so that, as long as you've got the skill to do it, it's not like you can never be an AWPer because you've been a rifler your whole career. All it is point and click, essentially. If you understand the game mechanics, it's definitely possible.
Cool. That's a pretty critical return there for AbleJ. There's still a man down. But yeah, in my mind, it just didn't seem to fit with the dupreeh brand as I sort of, knew it. But there was that point in time when Device was out. That was for one of the Copenhagen events, I believe. And when Blast was out, when he was out, Device, it was dupreeh to take over the AWP, and it's like that gave him the experience, and that was all they needed. Vinny will go down. Serato and AbleJ now.
Doesn't look too good for them. Astralis surely going to post their first round here. dupreeh finds his first kill with the AWP. This Device that holds strong in CT spawn. As FURIA will rotate over towards B. They've got pretty decent money, not as strong as you might think considering the scoreline.
Oh, they're running the whole way.
Yeah, it's going to make a lot of noise. And dupreeh surely hits one of these. Doesn't get the first. And they're not really backing each other up on the FURIA side, so this won't bode too well for them. And there it is. Astralis with their first, quite a convincing one as well. Their first, proper buy, they want that double up setup by the looks of things. Yeah. And there it is. It works out for them. So you've got the Orgs now, all their utilities, some kits. And we'll see if these double AWPs will be enough to find some momentum here. It's going to be FURIA the timeout. Like I said, they always use them at decent times. And sure, this is a great time to do it. You've been knocked off your pace now. You had a 5-0 start. They've got their first round. They got double orbs. I would say if I'm the coach, let's go for an execution. Let's remove those orbs. Let's make them really difficult to work with. Let's go for maybe a B execution. Pillar smokes down. Smoke towards window, Molotov van, and make sure the orb retake could be super difficult. That's what I'd be going with. Set piece right now is the best way to counter these snipers.
Yeah, I mean, especially if you throw some of those smokes from right outside of T spawn, because whoever is opening him into dupreeh, if he's opening on that side and he sees the smokes going down, if he falls back behind them, then Sip's kind of alone. But if he pushes into the bomb site, first of all, then he's close range with the orb, but also there are going to be a lot of flashbangs coming, so I actually kind of like that idea. That would be interesting. Instead, they're going to put down that very common smoke. Actually going to be grenading in the middle. A lot of grenades. I'm kind of surprised that Device is still alive. I think one of them might have hit a little bit outside of the window. Vinny, big opening. I don't think he was spotted. I don't think Magus saw that. No, he did not. So Vinny's actually got a huge position right now, and they've got controller connector. FURIA are in a perfect... They could crush this bomb site in 3 seconds. Art, though, is going to be going down. Magus to get the kill. Now Vinny trying to run for him, and he's going to win the fight. Only problem is dupreeh. Up here with the AWPs, covering a pretty good line. The bomb is now being run into the site. Oh, and he's going to get that kill on AbleJ.
Nice.
FURIA, they've really done everything right in this round. They should be winning it, but they might be in trouble.
Oh, the bomb will be planted. Less than a minute on the clock when they did it, but absolutely fine. Still a chance to win this post-plant situation. It's when these retakes begin, even with the man advantage. It's a lot more complicated when you've got two snipers here, not known for their close range efficiency. FURIA just buying as much time as they can, holding on to their flashbangs. For dear life here, great swing from Vinny. He could sense the CT's encroaching towards the bomb site. Flashing through now, trying to provide some backup. It's actually starting to fall apart somewhat here. Serato dropped as well. Very patient, very nice round from Astralis there. They keep 3 players up, including those snipers. And yeah, FURIA had to battle tooth and nail to even get close to that one. They get the bomb planted. You'd think maybe a couple more kills than that. But ultimately, Astralis way too efficient. That Palace presence is so difficult to deal with. Once you know it's there, sure, you can smoke them off, but it's always going to be at the back of your mind. You can't really take the challenges you want because that threat's always lingering in your head.
I can't believe it. If you rewind sort of time to the start of that round, they had 3 people in connector. They had Vinny who had snuck through the smoke. They had just everything set up for a round win, then FURIA. That's actually a little bit frustrating. Like if they could get that every round, I think they'd win all the rest of them for this half if that was true. That's a Mac 10 cleaning up the middle. That's a bit of a surprise. I don't think Astralis were expecting that 2-for-1 trade. They're going to pick up an M4 as well. If they can win this one, FURIA might just be set for the first half almost. We're obviously not 100% sure how strong their CT side's going to be here. Megis catches him with a grenade out. And it's back to a 3-on-3. They are pushing in though from that ramp.
Still a chance here, but only one flashback. There's a nice opportunity for AbleJ. Not the cleanest of kills, but he gets it. Doesn't take any damage. dupreeh, I did call him out for some crazy shots. There's the first. Takes the bomb down. Minute on the clock. Goes back to a 2-on-2. Yuri has snuck through towards CT spawn, but dupreeh well aware of it. Timings might elude him. Like if you hold an angle for like 15, 20 seconds, you start to doubt yourself, right?
Yeah, we've all seen the Reddit gif. Oh, but dupreeh. He fires right into the air. And now it's on device. Also, obviously, not to be underestimated. There's a good smoke that's going to land right in the middle of it. Device going to be creating a bit of a gap wall there so we can push in between. That's pretty clever. Bomb is being planted. Oh, it's so unbelievably close now. Going to give it one more chance. He almost takes him down, and they make the crossover. And that splitting of those 2 players is absolutely everything when you've got this kind of a setup. I think they might be in trouble here. FURIA might have done it.
I think you might be right. It looks like they've
he doesn't even know
it with almost nothing. At Mac 10s, couple of rifles, pistols, and device. Yeah, he's out of time now. He knows it. He had a couple of opportunities, very difficult shots, but unable to land them, even as someone as talented as device. And you can hear the coach behind us. Someone tweeted us how to pronounce the name. Did you get that?
Yeah, so someone said like Gary, essentially?
Gary?
Yeah, essentially.
Let's go with Gary. All right.
Some of them insisted with an A, so like, you know. So like.
Say it again?
Like Gary?
Gary?
Yeah, I think Gary's what we're going for.
Gary, all right.
It's probably always going to sound wrong to anyone who speaks Portuguese.
I think Gary sounds right. Like the way someone broke it down for me on Twitter, that's about where I landed to. So Gary.
We're really trying our best here, so, you know.
Doing what we can with what we have, which isn't much.
Would you, if you had to pick another language, Henry?
Sure.
Which one would it be?
Probably
Portuguese is really not a bad bet. Like that's going to give you a lot of options.
Well, I'll give you Brazil and Portugal.
Yeah, but it's spoken by so many people. Like,
really?
Yeah.
I guess I would go for the default Spanish. It seems the most useful around the world.
Yeah. What about Mandarin? Like,
yeah, I was going to say that's like, yeah. I've never been to China myself, so I don't know.
Like an investment into the future, I'm saying, you know?
Yeah, okay, yeah. That's a good point. I didn't consider my future. So maybe, yeah, we'll go with Mandarin. And then I might.
Maybe this could affect your investment once you win the Euro jackpot. You've got that going on.
I did say I'd have an answer for you. I did forget to think about that.
You've got time. It's
We've got a third map going on. We've got a third map coming.
We've got that probably. Yeah, you're right. 6-2. They really seem to be doing a much better job. Oh, device. He not only does get the jump right, he's completely flashed. There's smokes everywhere, and he still picks up that kill on Art. And actually, think about what a big problem that is. If that had gone the other way, the whole push here, coming 4 people through the apartments would have... Yeah, they would have run right in, and those 2 B defenders would have had to have looked both ways. So, a huge part of this first, part of the round here really hinged on that battle between Device and Art.
Well, it will be Device to come out on top this time. Pushing up towards short, Arts will be removed. Astralis really struggling to find some foundations here on the CT side. 2 rounds to their name, but still early day. They can still win the half, so not too worried for their prospects at this point. This round looks decent for them. We'll have FURIA boosting up towards the window. And at this stage, Magis will be checking that out. I was about to say a free kill. He made a bit of a meal of it, but still gets it. Once again, didn't take any damage. Doesn't have any knock-on effect, so it's absolutely fine. AbleJ, if he walks out towards B, he's done for. Nice crossfire from dupreeh and Zipex. Oh, dupreeh almost will take it down there. But it's a really nice setup here. You can see how this works out. Zipex providing some covering fire and some headshots as well. K Serato will be dropped. It's just Vinny left in the 1 versus 4. Zipex doesn't have to overextend here. He doesn't really want to go down, and he'll ensure that. Nice work with the pistol towards the end. It's going to be the 3rd round there for Astralis. 4 survive once again. Money pretty good on their side, but absolutely not for FURIA. This is eco territory. But they've had a very good half here. 3rd map is on the cards. But how long for? I'm not sure. Mac 10 for Arts.
Well, there's some strange thing that happens
they're
when...
fully investing, and sorry to cut
Oh,
you
yeah,
off.
no, you're right. But that is significant. I don't think they need to. They're
No.
at 6, like, why?
No, I was about to say that. Like, this feels like it's a bit much. But we'll see how it goes for them.
Glaive, they're going to catch hard, no problem. But yeah, when you're up 6-3, it's like, if it ends 9-6, you're really not going to be happy, even though 6 rounds is good. So I feel like FURIA just you know, use the rest of this time to just find 1 or 2 more rounds, and you're going to be really well set. They're going to get heavily cleaned up in this one, no issue at all. And now we're at 6-4. Yeah, I would much rather see them have like a couple of good rounds here where they get up to like 7 or 8 in total, and then that's perfectly fine.
Yeah, I agree. We'll see what FURIA want to do now. Whew, that investment, they were all on about 2.5 grand before. And the extra 1900 would have been enough for a buy, but I guess not the best possible buy. They're trying to potentially steal around away. There are 2 schools of thought, like you could really slow down the momentum of a force buy if it somehow works out for you, and you won't get have the best buy anyway next round. Rush B, though, an old classic, and Anders' favourite. We are going to see Zipex at the first frag. He doesn't normally die too often towards B. Very good at just staying alive. And look how much time he's bought, Anders. He's done his job in buckets and spades at this point. He survives. He denies the plan. And a lot of players in that position would at least go down there, even with a couple of kills. Like, he stays alive. That's the most important thing.
Do you think if you put like an FMRI on Sip while he's defending some of these bomb sites, you know, for everybody else it would be like, you know, so like emotional center, like fear center, you know, all lighting up across the thing. For Sip, it's just you like all logic and math in his head, like nothing going on in the amygdala. He's just having a good time.
Just reading it all in code. Just
yeah.
Knows the situation. Just going through the motions. It's all fine. This is looking likely to be maybe another fake here. It's the same setup we saw before. 4 towards the A site. 1B apartments, and the bomb's down. But that's been recovered. This suggests it will be an A commitment here, and there's no one on A to stop them. Astralis, for the first time, go for that aggressive round towards middle. It's a perfect call from FURIA. They probably can't believe their luck, if they're aware of it, that is. 1 player towards Palace will smoke himself into a position where he can actually do something with this, but he'll swallow grenade first. Glaive is on the scene. They have not capitalized upon the open bomb side, of course, but that first kill will be theirs. Glaive dropped, no problem at all, but still Magisk battling from CT spawn, but not for long. Advantage FURIA. Overall score is 6-5. This is a huge round. Astralis will try and claw back in a 4-on-3.
And Dupree is sort of technically flanking T-spawn, but that flank is so late in this round that the other 2 almost have to do something beforehand, otherwise they're going to be just way too late. Vinny gatekeeping here at the middle connector, and there's going to be absolutely no issue. Yeah, they should fall back here. Astralis, there's no point in giving up too many of these rifles, and Sorado, he's going to get 1, but Zip gets caught, so not bad at all. Okay, Sorado going down, sorry, to Dupree there, but still, this is a great round. That's round number 7 on the board for FURIA, and the money's pretty good for Astralis. I was going to say, FURIA could break them once again. That would be the ticket right into that 3rd map, wouldn't it?
I would like it. I'm not going to lie to you. Will we go back to that double AWP setup? Are they feeling that's the key to success? Device. He won't have one just yet, but it can certainly afford it. Dupree could have done as well, but he's got an M4 for now. Timeout Astralis. They haven't invested in Device or Glaive yet, so double AWP is still on the cards, even though Dupree has the rifle. He can throw it over. And I think we just saw there Glaive getting the AUG, so I suggest let's go with the single AWP setup here.
Henry, who's the sort of the real James Bond in terms of acting?
What, of all time?
Yeah.
Piers Brosnan, for me. I thought he was the best. GoldenEye, you kidding me? Tomorrow Never Dies, you seen that?
Yeah, I've seen all of them.
Great stuff.
I think it's difficult. I think Sean Connery does a pretty good job.
Oh yeah, they're obviously the OGs, the classics, but like in terms of like how I imagine a Bond to be, like that's it for me. You know, that's how it should look.
The problem for me is I've sat through watching like at least three sort of reviewings of Mamma Mia where they and so it's kind of hard for me to.
I've never seen it, so I could maybe.
So you're really missing out.
Had it tainted.
You're really missing out, Henry. I'm just saying.
Here we go then, back into the action, round 13. It's FURIA 7 on the T side, done a great job. They have missed a smoke towards the window area.
Oh yeah.
I don't think it'll be a huge deal. It was thrown from the mid boxes instead of from T-spawn or anything like that. So they are still going to go out. Yeah, it does cost. Like, when you've missed a smoke, Anders, why would you still do it?
I don't have those kind of answers.
Yeah, that's where they drop the ball sometimes. Like, they can't accept the fact that let's just pull back. We've missed the smoke. Like, it's done. Let's move on. But they still boost up there, and no CTs to let window just be open, right? Like, even when the smoke's down, they're watching it. Ooh. Either way, it's going to be Glaive getting 2. Great stuff there. And 5 on 2 now. K-Torato and Vinny look like they're out of luck and maybe out of time here. I'm not sure if they can find much. Maybe a single kill, but no. Dupree waiting towards Shadow. K-Torato, 0 chance of winning this, but can he find a couple of kills? We're coming to the closing stages anyway. I don't think money's going to be a massive factor on the CT side. They've got plenty of it.
When you throw that smoke to mid window from T-spawn and people miss it, I think that is... It's almost criminal at this point, considering how long the game has been out.
Just to counter that, I had a discussion with Dupree last year. Yeah. And I noticed when that new smoke came in from T-spawn, you could throw it towards window. A lot of people were using the new, quicker version of it. Yes. He was missing it all the time, and I had this kind of conversation with him. Like, have you guys ever considered missing the smoke on purpose and baiting the AWP into thinking he's got a great angle? Yeah, and then you can just go in and pre-fire that shot, just thinking, oh, they won't have any idea I'm going to be here. I think there's a lot of weight in that sort of conversation. I think if you show tendencies and common smoke you're throwing every single round and you bait out you've missed it, they think they've got a chance and you just punish them for it.
So if I think you can even tell in the game if that's happening. Like, you could tell to some extent if that's what we're trying to do. But sometimes you see people like that mid smoke is up and they, on the T side, they run top mid and they just try to jump to duck behind the the hay cart up there. And I think to myself, so when you miss that smoke, you're actually unintentionally setting up your teammates for complete failure. Now it's different.
You can't really tell them either.
You can't tell them. Like, it's I've smoked window. No, wait, I hadn't.
That's all you can say. Like, you probably wouldn't even call that. Like, if it's the default, you're doing that every round or this tactic. You're not even going to mention you've done it. They just assume you had. And then if it happens, there's always a bit of silence on the comms.
I'm all for the idea of having the sort of intentionally misthrowing it, baiting someone into a shot that you then are just going to be like so quick to take. That's fine. And if I saw that in a round where someone with the AWP, say, peeked, from the T side, I'd be like, yeah, that probably is what happened. Like, that makes sense. I'll take that. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt.
I feel like a new Anders Theorycraft series is going to be made all around this idea.
Failing common setups.
Yeah. How to fail by Anders.
How to fail. Failing the right way.
Failing with style.
It's been a while since I've been doing any of that.
I know, and I'm one of your biggest fans. I'm a subscriber. I'd really like you to bring it back if possible.
Been subscribed for a long time.
Yeah, I really have, and it's a little bit disappointing you don't care about your fans anymore. I feel like you're too big time for them. Is that it?
Yeah, once you start to really make that money, Henry, it's
and that cash starts rolling in. There's too much of it. You just like, you know what? YouTube. Not for me anymore. Fans don't need them.
Yeah, thanks for getting me to this point in time. But
thanks, guys. I'm done now. No, all jokes aside, I feel like that.
Well, the thing is, so every time someone would ask me about this, they'd say like, "Oh, so you're like, instead, like, are you gonna get like some sponsors for it, or are you get like something for it?" And it's like, no, it's just, it's actually just something it's just something I do.
I need to get this out of my head.
And people say like, well, so how much time you spend? I was like, well, probably like 35 hours on average per video.
Damn.
And it's like, it's just an outrageous amount of time.
That doesn't seem like a wise use of your time.
Well, that was what I was thinking. So I mean, it's not that it all has to be, but I started looking at the viewing numbers. Actually, here's where it broke for me. I did one like meme video where I just like, I found something on Nuke, something about how like some of the equipment you'd have was missing from like one of the like janitor rooms in Nuke or something.
Sure.
Just like a meme video. It's like 10 seconds long, and that got like 5 times the views of any of the other videos. I'm like, I want out. I'm not doing it.
The internet doesn't make any sense. That's the thing. Like, people will love digesting very short content. Anything past the 5-minute mark, you kind of lose interest. So maybe you should focus on memes. I feel like that's
do like Theorycraft hypercut, like just really quick.
Exactly.
Like 7-second video.
Well, I'm glad we had this talk because we worked out your new series.
It's good. I'll give you half whatever income we get, Henry.
Half a zero? Can you do that?
I don't think well, no. The whole divide by zero thing mathematically is not going to work out.
We'll get into the penultimate round here. And you can see it's not even really a partial buy. This is what you probably call an eco with 3 players of our Kevlar, some upgraded pistols there, but the grenade has done so much damage. You really don't love to see it. And it's going to be difficult for them to recover from that. They're very squishy towards middle. And waiting for a 1-dig opportunity, but I don't think it'll be coming. Oh, Vinny's just sat in the flames as well and taking himself down to 8.
He's playing on hard mode, isn't he?
Yeah.
Just trying to make life a little bit more difficult. Meg is got bored of waiting down in the underpass. And eventually, they're going to clean up a couple of more kills here. So, yeah, this is looking very, very smooth. Still, I think this is fine. I don't think FURIA are going to be really scared about what's going on with the bomb plant here. Ooh, that would be something for Art. Don't risk it. Just get the bomb plant down. Get a little bit more money. Working with $800 for everybody. That would really be a big deal. Trying not to give anyone a seizure while watching the stream either. And we'll be sipped to clean it up. That's fine. That's still a little bit of a bonus. Going into the 15th round here. Yeah, so look at how much that did for them. That would have been 4,000 on AbleJ. He would have had pretty much no grenades at all. Now instead, he could pick something up. So great bomb plant. Happy he didn't fire the gun. I would have been mad if he had. I would have been angry. Good stuff. Bomb planted, extra money. FURIA have done so well to get 7 rounds on the T side, but Astralis certainly answering back. Auto sniper. Auto sniper for device. So they've got double AWP, single AWP, and now single auto sniper. It's actually very effective on Mirage. Yeah, but definitely not a gentleman. Yeah, that's not a gentlemanly move. But you can spam smokes. That's the main thing with the auto sniper. I think a lot of times utilized. Yuri will be trying to listen out for the footsteps. He's actually snuck in towards the smoke here. Another missmoke. So someone just tweeted me saying they're doing this on purpose. I can't say doing that consistently every round looks like it's on purpose to me, but fair play. But it might work out. There's only really one person here. It is Sip, though. We have talked a lot about how good he is defending, but a spray right through AbleJ actually crab walking while doing that. Caserado going down. Magus to pick it up, but AbleJ doing more, and Art will find a follow-up kill on device. Auto sniper is out of the round. That was a lot of damage, and then with a really quick follow-up with the headshot. But Glavis, if you missed that jump, yeah, that would have been it. The bomb will go down, and FURIA, if they get this 8th round, it looks like they definitely will. He's just so low on health, and he's going to go down to 8-7 at the end of the first half. I think that's a remarkable result for FURIA. Yeah, me too. They've done a great job there. They've given themselves a strong lead and a chance of taking us to nuke. Will they be able to close it out, though? You're going to have to join us after this break.
Would you rather stay? I watch you be and slowly walk away. I would rather leave. I'll take your heart and wipe it off your sleeve.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are waiting for the second half to get underway. A couple of seconds more. It's FURIA versus Astralis. And FURIA actually winning the first half on T side of Mirage 8-7.
Oh, yes. Yeah, it was surprising after what we saw in Inferno, especially the way it started. I was a little bit worried for their chances here, but they've really gone above and beyond. This is a fantastic foundation to close out this map and take us to Nuke, where they've already beaten Astralis earlier in the tournament. So that's really exciting. I kind of hope it does go to a third so we can see that. Just to get that rematch going as Astralis head towards A. They've got 3 smokes, 1 Molotov as well. Real technical tactic coming through.
And P2, I was going to say, they've upgraded so much in this round. Is it going to be quite enough? Yuri's still here with the USP. Still got some pretty clear shots before they get close. Calling in for backup. There's a pretty quick flank. Oh, that was right through the smoke. Able J taking down Sip. That's such a disgusting shot. And now they're waiting a long time. There's Yuri with a bit of a chance. Now he's been exposed. And that's going to get him killed. But Art is so quick on this flank. He was running through top mid as well, and he's going to set it up. He's waiting. Device. He has to make this work. The bomb is being planted. He's trying to go for the bomb planter instead, and he might have thrown it all away. Reloading right in their faces, and he gets run over.
Oh, it's so disappointing for Art. He had everything on the plate there. The timing, though, of the bomb going down and the awkward USP, it can be very difficult to handle at close range sometimes. So they have got a smoke on the bomb, however, and this makes things a little bit more interesting. They go for the full defuse. I think they've got it. But the Glocks and BD-50s can do nothing about this. The defuse comes in. Another great round from FURIA. They've won both pistols on this map. They lost them both on Inferno. So it's really great to see them picking that up and answering back. With the bomb planted, Astralis could buy into this round. We'll see if they're that way inclined to see an AK being brought out. Is it just the one?
Well, yeah, probably not. They're going to
there we go.
See, I am so glad they won that round, Henry, because my toes were curled up all the way under my feet at that point in time. That would have been such a horrendous way to potentially lose a round. Quick in the middle, though, to take the fight, and they should be very careful here on the CT side. Really don't want to be getting into any kind of a long fight there. Good shot for Device. They're looking pretty hyped to be picking up this following round here on the Astralis side. Sip maybe could have been a big opening. He's got the deagle. I think he could have probably taken that shot, but he's just going to wait around. He is the anchor on the bomb side right now to get the rest of Astralis onto it. Although all of FURIA have shown up. So this won't be completely for free either.
Oof, this is a scary round. SMGs are going to struggle against these rifles. 4 of them now, the M4 picked up. I don't think FURIA are going to fend them off any longer. Keserato taking damage with the flames there. He'll sit on the bomb site. He's got a chance at close range to find a kill. Not going to happen for him, though. 5 versus 2 now, Vinny and Yuri. Well, now just Yuri left with the impossible task of trying to do anything with this round. He's got 8 HP, off he goes. So Astralis, I like that. With the bomb planted, with a few kills as well, I really like the AKs in the second round. I think it can be very powerful.
And the thing that they really wouldn't have had in this round at all would have been like a lot of smokes to follow it up with. So I wish FURIA would have been a bit quicker to notice that there were these rifles in play, and maybe tried to just play for time and get that done. Oh, Yuri thought he could get that kill in. He's on 8 health. Glaive's pretty low as well, but looks like they're going to try and hunt this FAMAS down. Just make sure that there's no threat really in the upcoming round here for the Brazilian side. Glaive will actually survive. Can't really believe that.
Oof. Well, there we have it. Has to be the eco now for FURIA. $2,000 is their absolute highest. That's going to be Art. So I don't think we'll see... Well, they're going to be eco next round regardless, so I guess it doesn't matter too much if they invest into this. So they'll give it a go.
Megas has reached 500 kills throughout all ECS LAN finals.
That's not bad at all, is it?
That seems like a good number to be getting right there. Good bit of trivia. We do need more trivia. Doesn't have to be useful information always.
I agree. I'd like more of that too.
Just any little thing. Well, 8 to 9. We are sort of talking a lot about how FURIA have been playing a good game, but let's not pretend that Astralis still couldn't win this from 8-9. So I would say you've got to be careful. You especially, Henry, you've been questioning a lot about FURIA's CT side. So
yeah, that's a good point. So we'll see, especially after losing that second round, it might take the wind out of their sails somewhat. But this is looking okay for a couple of kills potentially. Yuri, only the one. There's still K-Serato there, but not for long. Arts will have the scouts, but it's going to take something quite magical at this point to really do anything with it. That doesn't help. Flashbang right to the face. Bomb planted. Able J, CZ, armor on the other side of the map. So this force wasn't really ever going to be like a lock-in in terms of a chance of winning the round. And they, like I said, they were going to be eco regardless. So unfortunately, didn't work out for them. They will be full eco next round.
Do you have any good bit of trivia for the audience, Henry? Any kind of like a little bit of info?
Any tidbits?
Yeah, any little information. Doesn't have to be Counter-Strike related. It could be just anything.
Let me think. Well, you should, as a human in general, you should have like at least like some good facts, you know. So when everyone asks you this question, you've got in your back pocket some good jokes as well. I
feel like something terrible happened at one point, though. You know, after they made QI, which is obviously an amazing show. Yeah. Stephen Fry is amazing.
Yeah, it's great. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah, I mean, I think almost for everybody. I'd never met someone who didn't sort of appreciate Stephen Fry. So that's seems like almost universal thing. But after that show launched, you had people sort of giving the same facts. Do you notice that? So like everyone who's watched QI sort of knows the same thing, and they're all just sort of exchanging them.
The facts on there are so weird, and like you would never even think about them. So when you hear someone else say it, it's like, hold on.
Yeah. Like, so then you just got like a bunch of people exchanging the same facts.
Yeah,
which could be a bit odd, but fair play.
Well, like we said, this is going to be pretty much the full eco for FURIA. Not a whole bunch for them to do though. They have got presence towards the Palace position. The Zipex could be in trouble here. The CZ at that range, as we all know, extremely difficult to fend off. And Zipex knows it. He wasn't there in time to challenge at the very start, so he is alone. Gets the drop, and he knows there's only 2 bullets left in Able JCZ. He'll have to reload, and Zipex will fall back. Smartly does it. Good HE. Doesn't quite get the kill, but takes another 37. Enough for him to get out of there. He's confirmed his presence, and they've got pistols at least.
And even a second player up in those A apartments, so double pushed in there in case they would have taken the fight. That could have been interesting. Could have been overwhelmed by the second player. Sip actually had the bomb, so if he'd gone down at that top, that would have been at least a little bit awkward. But they're bringing it back the other way. Vinny with a USP taking down Glaive. How does that happen? A good return from Device. And that should clear up almost everything for them. They've got the A-bomb side if they need it. But they're, yeah, Dupree's being called back a little bit. Gonna win that second fight as well, Device. That's towards CT spawn, so all in all, that's a very good job. Now they can hold that A-bomb side, call in the bomb. No reason really to fight at the B-bomb side any longer, so good recovery. That's gonna be Astralis in the lead finally. 10-9.
Yeah, it's taken a while, but they have got themselves in a promising position now. K-Serato still in the USP. Yuri saving the scout from what I can tell towards the B apartments here. Flashed off. K-Serato won't really have much of a chance of getting this kill. Only got the USP. Dupree was low, but they don't really want to go hunting with this setup. They know they're on eco anyway on the FURIA side. They've got none of your rifles. Just let them keep it. That's all they have. PT50 for Yuri and a scout. Might as well hold on to it. You wouldn't necessarily want to use that next round, but I guess it's not the end of the world. K-Serato baits up the shots from Device. He's the only player of 100 HP, so he's happy to duel. But again, he knows it's just a USP. He doesn't have to risk his life for it.
He'll be happy with it. K-Serato coming back for seconds, and that was too much. Blood all over the cash register.
Oh yeah, just the way you like it. So scout gets thrown away. I assume it won't be in play this round. The orb's been purchased by Arts. Rifles coming out now. A few more orgs, I think, are in order. Does Able J want one as well? Go on. Is he just taking the scout? No, there it is. No. He gets the org at the very end. So there's 1 smoke per player. Well, that's all you can have, but I mean, that's pretty much all they have. 5 smokes, 1 HE, that's now gone. So a bare bones round here from the FURIA side. No kits. They have got the AWP, but it's Mirage. It can be very difficult to manage without the incendiaries, the flashbangs. And that's why they're playing kind of heads up towards the A ramp. You can see them trying to play in front of potential smokes, steal a kill away if they can. Able J waiting right at the mouth of the A ramp.
Oh man, this is going to be tricky, isn't it? Oh, he's got a little bit of backup now. That's good. If Art comes in with the AWP, if he can take the first shot, that'll steal some of the attention away. I think, yeah, Art has to be a little bit aggressive here. That's so good. Really well done from Art. That's what he needs to do. That's going to take a lot of attention away from that close player. They don't even check it. Wonderful teamwork. That is, I mean, really good intuitive play from Art. That's really high risk for him. He has to challenge all those smokes. Could definitely end badly, but if he didn't, I'm pretty sure Astralis checked that corner immediately, and then it just all spirals out of control. That was a job well done.
Yeah, absolutely agree. It's FURIA back on their feet now. First gun round, it was going to be difficult for them with the lack of utility, but they really make it work. 10-10. Money's still there for Astralis. They did not opt for an AWP. You can see they've got a massive amount of cash left over as well. So the option was there. Suggests they might go for an A execution, I would say. Oh, look at the manpower heading towards that direction. Yeah. So you don't really want to AWP on these full executions. You want to make sure you have nimble players that can operate in any situation. AWP's great for opening up the bomb site. If you want to go for a set piece here, it's better that the 5 rifles, all 5 players very capable of using them, and Dupree, the spearhead of the operation, he'll be laying down covering fire towards the jungle position. No kills just yet, but that's going to change. I'm almost sure of it any second. Looks like there's a bit of a gap towards CT spawn, and the bomb's gone down in a really awkward position here.
That fell back so far towards the connector. That's really uncomfortable. 3 of them holding ramp. If they're all running ramp. Are they going back? Are they doing the classic, the Fnatic, running back through? Yeah, I think they are. The bomb is not planted in the perfect position for this kind of play, but it's probably better than having 4 people ramp who could all get, locked out.
Yeah, at least it's instead of having all 4 players in the same position. Will they arrive in time? Zipex has got to buy them some, and you can see Yuri very aware of it. I love this from FURIA. What a round. Wasn't the worst call from Astralis as well. Air execution coming in. They managed to get the site cleanly. Device does punish them. That's going to kind of take the shouting down a level, I would say.
Yeah, a little bit caps the celebration. Gary? I'm still not sure how to pronounce it. Gary? Making some notes. Now, if they had put the bomb down and the forward at the triple box there, that would have been quite a different matter, wouldn't it? Because then maybe there could have been a chance for some of these players in the middle for Astralis to get there a little bit earlier and do some work. Great retake from FURIA, and the fact that the bomb sort of weirdly dropped that far, it's strange how much randomness is involved in where the bomb goes sometimes. Oh, Yuri maybe doesn't know it, but there are 2 people on the other side, and he's about to have a very bad day if they come through. Molotov, and that's going to force them back, actually. All right. Thought maybe they would try and run that down. So everybody falls back instead. The worst place where the bomb can drop, I think, must be on Dust 2 catwalk, right?
Yeah, especially when it can go down CT spawn. Yes, that's when it all goes wrong. Okay, then. FURIA back in the lead. It all goes quite quiet. Yuri to watch the window. Looks like a B split right now. They're going to smoke it off, take vision away, and presumably start heading up towards short. They're going to go through the underpass and join their 3 teammates in towards.
There are no grenades on FURIA.
Yeah, that's why Astralis are potentially doing this. With Device getting 3 kills in the last round after they had a really clean one.
I think you're right.
I feel like that's why they're going to get with another kind of pounce attack here. But K Serato has just been red hot today. So good at these scoped weapons. Flashbangs are pretty decent for Astralis. Looks like he's going to get another. Not quite. Vinny, though, still the bench. Are they aware of it? They are now. He'll get 1, but surely can't get the second. Low HP, Zipex in front of him. It looks like FURIA have done enough here. Vinny does fend them all off. He holds that bench position proudly. And it looks like Glaive might be out of time here. 8 seconds on the clock. No chance of planting. They're trying to run it down. Astralis did this to them a few times, and they might have done enough here. No kill him. Oh, they had 1 second to go. They did all that hard work. He had the Glock out as well. I thought they'd wait the extra second to deny cash. It wouldn't have made a massive difference, I suppose. No, it would have done to Glaive. He had not enough to buy. It's Device has got 9k still, so they have 1 more buy in them.
On the other hand, Henry, it is his birthday, so
sure.
Do you think they give
him
a little
let him off?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
I like the little chase that was going on.
Yeah. So anyone's not aware, if you die after the timer, CTs sometimes try and bait that out, so you get no cash for the next round. It's like a punishment for staying alive and not fulfilling your duties as a terrorist.
Yes, I mean, you are employed for a reason, aren't you? So
exactly.
You know, can't just show up for work and only give it like halfway there.
Yeah, you got to
put your life on the line. 12-10, ladies and gentlemen. FURIA up 2 rounds. The CT side, they have got pretty good weaponry. They don't really have a bank, and neither do Astralis. Is this going to be the deciding round, Henry? It feels like it could be. Just the 23rd, and the fact that none of the teams really have any money, I think that could be critical.
We'll see if it is. Smokes down towards middle. Incendiary at the top from the CTs, just to deny that crossover. Hasn't quite gone deep enough, I suppose, but no one's made it over anyway. Bomb down in T-spawn, just to note, so this will be a very slow round from Astralis. Flash over. You can see all those smokes down to allow them to gain this sort of access to Pre coming in from the underpass. Yuri watching that position. FURIA just looks so deadly when they have these orgs in their hands. You know they're going to find multiple kills at any second. It's really impressive to watch. Smoke connector. Try and get control of that area. Once that smoke's down, it's very difficult for a CT to justify holding that room. You've got no real fallback plan. You've got no backup. Pre makes his way in. They re-smoke the window here. Less than a minute, but that's plenty of time. Bombs towards B. This does look like the B split now. And Glaive maybe mistimes it slightly there. Just as the smoke dissipates towards a connector, that's when he's about to smoke CPL by the looks of things. So I feel like this could fall apart now.
Oh, he almost had the right idea. If they can get into B, then Dupree's position probably wins them the round. Like, if he doesn't show himself and they start rotating out of this A bomb site. So it's all on this B defense right now. Oh, Dupree goes down. Art with the second kill. Scratch all of that. And beautiful defense. They did everything they needed to. That's all the money for Astralis.
Yeah, that absolutely is. Finally, they've been whittled down. After those 3 rounds they got in a row, they farmed a ton of cash. FURIA have broken them. They've got a 13-10 lead. That B bomb side, it seems impenetrable right now. We'll see if they can take Device down. If he survives, there's always a chance he can have an effect on the next round, of course. He is that kind of player. He's got 21 kills to his name right now. He's only bested by Vinny's on 22 and 14.
Vinny, again, back...
so good.
He wasn't carrying them on Inferno, but he's back in this map and doing a fine job. 3-round lead for the Brazilian side. Things just looking so good at the moment. For a third map, the rematch of Nuke. What have we done to deserve this, Henry?
I don't know. Maybe some good things throughout the day. Who knows?
Anything come to mind?
Well, not yet. Not especially. I don't think I deserve it, but if Device deserves his frag, he managed to get the opener, but somehow a ding through the smoke, I assume from Vinny.
No, but he was falling down. I really want to see that from Vinny's point of view. I think Vinny was even running.
Yeah.
I think that might have been just a completely freak accident. They're back to B, though.
Well, he would have got the audible cue as well, so he'd be like, well, okay, I'll take it. We'll see now this B finish from Astralis is enough. They can smoke maybe either pillar or the kitchen. We'll see which one they're going for.
Glaive has no armor. That grenade, if he runs into it, and that does a fair bit. K-Serrato following up, and Vinny is there. Even though the defense was pretty light here at B, they are absolutely crushing it right now. 14 rounds for sure here. K-Serrato, as you said, he's been a bit of a rocket this B bomb site.
Yeah.
It's just a question of time. Vinny will take care of it for the 25th kill. Triple for him in the round, and a 14-10.
This is really impressive.
Hold on.
So let's have a look. Okay, he was falling down. You're right. He just caught him. That's pretty cool. I don't think it had a massive impact on the round, but still, it's fun to see.
Well, everyone can recognize the frustration if you're on device.
Yeah,
and
you
you're
think
like,
you're safe,
well,
smoke's down,
cool.
I'm dropping down.
Great, I guess.
And,
you outplayed me. You win this one.
They have got cash, but it's a little bit compromised. Remember, Device, he has the same loss bonus as them, but he saved the orb, so he got no money for reasons we stated before. He'll be dropping down to just a UMP.
Henry, when you eventually in the future, when you replace Sonic as the captain of Astralis, which is obviously bound to happen.
Obviously, yeah.
What's the call here? How do you bring them back into this game?
Well, yeah, it's not like there's some magical call you can really bring to the table and say, right, this is going to fix everything, because
it's your job interview, Henry. Like live on air.
The problem they have right now is, right, FURIA, with the timeout Astralis just called, have changed their setup. K-Serrato now has the AWP in towards a B bomb site. Yeah. So any chance they thought they had of maybe countering what he's doing, he's just mixing it up right now. So that's really cool to see. Arts with the nimble footwork to boost himself up towards shore. This looks like a kill, but the flashbang's really spot on. So is the shot from Glaive. Strong opening kill. And will they go for a quick play off this one, or just wait for some sort of reaction? The bomb down to T-spawn, so suggests they will be waiting up, and Glaive will take every frag in front of him if he gets the opportunity. 5-on-3 now.
Yeah, you see this happening a lot where You lose a player, you want to take a risk to try and get it back, you lose one more, and then it just looks like, well, okay, now what have we done? 3 versus 5. Maybe they could find that kill on Device. He's just waiting in Delpan at the moment. Oh, that's going to be and that's a nice find. They're still in trouble, but that will do something. 3 versus 4. They're all still stacked at the bomb site. AbleJ has a Molotov, and they're probably going to use these 2 smokes to get in. So maybe AbleJ could even mess up that bomb plant a little bit. Let's find out here. This is kind of interesting. I think this could be still a win for FURIA. It's not done yet.
We will see. That kill actually means a lot considering Device has the UMP, and we know how strong FURIA are with the Orgs. Serato showing us what he can do with the AWP. Lovely pick back to an equal kill. Device, scrappy work from Connector, but he does surprise AbleJ there. Missed shot from Serato. Is that the cue? Is this when they make their way through? Maybe with the Molotov down, but Yuri undetected. He denies the plant. 15 seconds remaining. I'm not sure Astralis have what it takes to get back in this one. And there it is, map point. A roar from the FURIA camp. We can hear it from about 50 meters away. So there it is, very, very exciting round for them, and they've now got 5 map points in the bag. I feel like nuke is almost certainly happening here, Anders. There's not really enough cash here with no bomb plant in the previous rounds to do much with this. At the very top end, $4,300 on 2 players. At the bottom, $3,400 on 3 players. So that's really not a buy, and you're going to have to purchase into this round. And
you're not really getting that sort of Astralis magic sense where it's like, okay, well, now they figured something out, and here comes a great execute. It feels like they're feeling their way out a little bit too much, and it's a little bit, tiny bit timid there. I mean, it's good for Device getting that run-in with the UMP as he was reloading that Org on the other side. That was a good kill, but Serato with the AWP hitting a great shot up towards apartments, and then the fact that they were running out of time as well. Yuri coming in with a big double at the end to save it. It's 15-10. Can't believe it. That's 6 rounds in a row here for FURIA to try and get us onto the 3rd map. On Nuke, that would be a rematch of the Day 1 victory that FURIA had over Astralis on that map. And that in itself is a crazy idea. Oh, and look at that. They actually run through the window smoke. They know that no one's immediately here. They're going to be flashing high up. Device actually will get that kill. And they don't follow it up. I think that was... Oh, they had all the chance in the world there. I don't mind that idea, but they needed to be a couple of more people peeking that. Let's see, was that enough now for Astralis to get back? Well, they only have the 2 smoked. You see this nice reaction from FURIA. They know they've lost some real estate. They've lost that first frag, and Art has put it upon himself to recover the situation. He's going to try and bait in Yuri as well. I actually really like this from FURIA. If he gets his first kill and falls back knife out, which looks likely, they probably don't check the corner. So he gets that. He drops the incendiary as well, so he's trying to keep him in position. This is looking very promising to close things out right now. It is, and if they wait too long, if Sip is going to be a bit too slow here, there's a 3rd player rotating in. That's Serato towards spawn, so... There it is. Very well done, isn't it? Missed opportunity there, but he did Lake Dupree, so that all counts. 3 on 3. Serato wins the fight against Sip, so 3 on 2 instead. And Yuri, so quick. Going to be taking down Dupree. Great headshot here, FURIA. What an exciting team to be watching at this current state of the game. 33 seconds for Makers to try and extend it. They're fighting for overtime, and it seems absolutely impossible. He has to go towards ramp, pick up the bomb. He's right in between them, and that's going to be 16-10. FURIA bringing us on to map number 3. Love that from FURIA. We talked about that CT size not looking amazing this tournament, but we hadn't seen Mirage yet. That was much better. Seems like they got a real firm understanding, their own unique playstyle as well. Some really great rounds, and that B defense is one of the best I've seen in a while. They're so strong there. The Orgs delivering every single time. A good adjustment, the AWP towards the end as well. Really interesting game, and we got nuke next out of us. I absolutely love it. It's going to be amazing. The rematch is on, so stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. We're coming up right after the break.